All right, Virgo. So this is basically you needing to realize that everybody is being a little bit nuts right now. But I think that for some of you, you are dealing with someone who is driving you batshit crazy. But there really needs to be an acceptance that, maybe the both of you are being a little bit crazy right now. So we're all mad here. Everyone's a little bit different. And then chaos and conflict. Now, let me just go through chaos and conflict first. It says, although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outward and causing disarray, which, brings me back to we are all mad here, right? Now, it says that you may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control. Yet every storm passes and chaos leads to a reordering of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of a situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time where you may need to take shelter, and step away from the fray. It says, don't be too eager to fight. And one of the things that stood out to me here was, it says, this is a time to understand rather than to be understood. So if you're dealing with chaos and conflict, and we're talking about you needing to accept that, everybody's being a little bit mad, right? Don't expect another person to kind of see your point of view. It's almost like you need to take the higher ground here and say, okay, I'm not going to get involved. I'm going to step back from this because you're driving me a little bit crazy because you're being a little bit crazy right now. And that's fine. But if you get involved any more than what you are, it's going to escalate into something that, you don't want it to be. Like, you don't want it to get worse than what it already is. But like I said, for a lot of you, I feel like it's somebody who is driving you crazy, right? But it's saying that, with we're all mad here, it's beginning to realize that everyone is interesting, a little bit different, and full of secrets, good and bad. And it's also talking about your own brand of, madness, so to speak. All right, Virgo. Here's your overall. Oh boy, the Page of Swords. All right, so if we're talking about chaos and conflict and somebody driving you nuts, it's because they're not giving you the information that you need. A damn Page of Swords drives me nuts. All right, so we're talking about mistruths, half-truths. But one of the things that I say with the Page of Swords is like, why didn't you just tell me? Now for some of you, absolutely, it's going to be about communication that you don't want to hear. But it's also about the questioning of a situation, needing to have answers. So we'll see how the Page of Swords is playing out here. Now, in the past, the Sun. So with the Sun being the past, immediately for me, this says that, for you, you felt like you've seen everything about a situation. But with the Page of Swords, it's realizing that, there may be some things that, you're not really seeing, but like I said, I don't feel like it's your fault, right? So with the Sun being revitalized, rejuvenated, the Sun is always a very beautiful card. But the problem is that you're getting kind of a setback here with the Page of Swords, right? And needing some more information on something. Oh boy. All right. In the present, the Ten of Swords. And, that I feel like for a lot of you is going to be about needing to have an explanation. Like, I deserve to know why things are ending this way. So with the Ten of Swords being in the present moment, we're talking about a situation where you come in strong. You feel good. Things look great. This may be a new situation for you. And, there's all the new energy and potential with the Sun. But, like I said, it's like you see everything clearly, but yet you don't. And then things end in a difficult way. And it's like, well, why? But we'll see here. Okay. So that's why. All right. So here's what I'm getting from this. If we're talking about, with the Knight of Cups being in future conditions, we're talking about the messenger of love and romance. Somebody who is trying to offer you something. Wanting to have an emotional connection with you or an experience, right? Offering their emotions up to you. But the thing is, I love the Knight of Cups, but when you're looking at knights, they're doing things based on the moment and not thinking about the long term. So this is somebody who is doing this because it's what they're feeling right now. But for you, with the Page of Swords being the overall, I need to have an explanation as to why. Why did we go through this pain? Why did you go through, this situation where you felt like you may have been betrayed, right? Because that does come up with the Ten of Swords. Where you thought everything was okay, and then all of a sudden things end, but here they come again, like, wait a minute. I need to understand this first, right? Your best path to follow, the Seven of Wands. And yeah, right? I mean, I look at that and I feel like drawing the line in the sand. Like, look, this is what I'm no longer going to accept or deal with. This is where I stand. This is how I feel. So this is saying that you need to, speak up for yourself, especially if you're needing to have some kind of understanding of what happened or what you're dealing with right now, especially if somebody is coming back around, But don't accept something based on how you feel in the moment, because I feel like, this is what's going to stop the chaos and conflict. This person is driving you nuts. It's like, come here, go away. Come here, go away. And it's like, well, damn it, I need to understand why. But, again, with this, it's like, look, here's what I'm not going to deal with anymore. In your environment, the world, yeah, you need closure on it, right? But the fact that the world is there is a good indicator that, this situation is going to end in a good way for you. At least, that's the steps that you're like wanting to take here. Like, I want to take the steps to, get closure on this, complete this situation out once and for all and move on and be able to accept this cup, so to speak, right? But with the Page of Swords being there, though, you need to have answers. But what I worry about here is that for some of you, you're going to have to find closure on your own. Because, again, with the Page of Swords, this isn't full disclosure. So you're not going to have everything answered or everything understood. But there is definitely an opportunity for you to find your own closure. But then again, right, like, you may get closure on this if they start speaking up about why things went this way. Your hopes and your fears, the Four of Swords. So this is, fearing having to deal with, another separation. Because with the Ten of Swords, you're already talking about a situation that's ended in a very difficult way. It would make sense that if somebody is coming back around, that the fear would be that you're going to go through another break. Now, on the other hand, we're talking about somebody who is not communicating. Now, I don't necessarily feel like, this is you, but I also feel like as far as a hope here, it's about you not wanting to be involved with chaos and conflict anymore. Putting up those swords, right? Wanting to have peace and go through the recovery. Can you recover from this? The only thing, like I said, that I would warn here is that if somebody is coming back around after ending things in a way that, you weren't understanding or very clear about, right? Like, don't just accept what is being offered to you based on how you're feeling in the moment, because this is something that definitely needs to be over and done with once and for all before things can kind of move forward and progress. And then coming out the Six of Wands, so, victory, right? Attention. And maybe we're looking at here with the Six of Wands, the person that you're dealing with or somebody who is coming towards you and offering something is going to give you an explanation here or give it the proper attention that it deserves. But you are looking at victory coming out here. And then the Devil, damn, man, all right. And that is what's going to have to be given the proper attention. And questions need to be answered for sure here, especially if we're talking about, the negativity that's surrounding you and what's coming toward you, and I do feel like this is going to be another person who just kind of does what they feel, but they don't really think about how they're affecting you. Now, with the Eight of Pentacles and looking at the Sun, right, this is a good situation that you've put a lot of attention into, a lot of hard work, busting your ass, focusing on, getting clarity, seeing everything clearly, putting in a lot of effort here. But for a lot of you, this is going to be, a situation where things were clear or you thought so in the past, and now it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of understanding, before you kind of get back to that place. Now, with the Magician and looking at the Ten of Swords with the World, it goes right back to what I was saying. You are going to have to create your own closure on this situation, because I feel like no matter what this person says, you're not going to get an explanation that is going to give you what you need here to feel like this is over and done with. So the Magician is about you manifesting what you want, using your tools and your skills to create what you want in your life. So this is you needing to make something happen. So you're going to have to find it within you to, create the closure that you're needing. Now, coming out of this, though, again, with the Devil, what I worry about with the Knight of Cups is we're talking about somebody who clearly has some issues and it's affecting you. There needs to be attention on this, but, if we're looking at victory coming out, absolutely, we could be talking about a lot of hard work here to do what's necessary to get closure over the negativity, the devil, the negative things, right? But I feel like it's more involving the other person's issues, but that are directly affecting you, because you're the one that's being drove mad by this. And it would make sense looking at everything here, but you definitely, and then going back to the sun, right? Like shining on the devil and needing to have the right attention being given to this so that there is victory and momentum, right? I don't think that you're dealing with somebody who feels entitled. I do think that they very much want to have your attention, but you may also be dealing with somebody who is trying to get your attention in a negative way. Especially with the Ten of Swords being something that you've already been through. I would say, again, going back to your advice on this, you're going to have to do what you can to create your own closure, yes. But don't, accept this coming towards you, based on the feelings in the moment. Like I can't get past that. That's what's being pushed at me, right? Like, you have every right to ask questions, but don't expect there to be a full explanation as to why somebody did this, because I don't even think that they understand what the hell they're doing. And truth, I'm telling you, right? Be patient. The truth will eventually come. But make sure that, you are headed in a direction where you feel like you're meant to go, right? Because with the solar plexus, we're talking about, like I said, the ego, the sense of self, your sense of direction, But before I think that you feel like you're on the right path, you need to have truth, but there's going to be a need for you to be patient. Eventually it's going to come out. But I don't feel like it's in a bad way. But the truth about, the devil, the negative things, somebody doing something because they just feel like doing it and not paying attention to how it's negatively affecting you, and needing to give proper attention to that and kind of clear that up, right? View from above, get the big picture. So, don't do things based on, like I said, passion and pleasure in the moment, right? Make sure that you're getting the bigger picture, because you want to be able to enjoy your life, and for a lot of you, like, I feel like this feels like an ongoing thing. But I think that a lot of you are kind of getting pushed to the breaking point here, especially looking at we're all mad here and then chaos and conflict. There is passion and pleasure with this situation, which is kind of bizarre here. But, in order for it to be in a positive way, you're going to have to get the bigger picture and step back. It's important for you to be able to enjoy your life, right? To enjoy the passions and the pleasures. But, again, needing the truth, but needing to be patient as that starts to unfold. But it's also about you needing to kind of understand that maybe this person doesn't understand themselves and understand the way that they act or why they're acting the way that they are. You know, you may not hear what you want to from this person. You have every right to have, you know, questions answered. But you're going to have to make the choice to get closure on this, I think, on your own. But I do like the Six of Wands coming out on this, because to me, this is feeling like somebody is doing the right thing this time.